The most terrifying time of the year may be over, but not before the Texas Tech community had the chance to get in on some frightful fun. Coming up, MCTV's Noah Creighton has a look at one university tradition that invited ghosts and goblins of all ages to get into the Halloween spirit.
Halloween may have been the biggest celebration in the hub city this week, but it wasn't the only holiday on the calendar. We'll show you how one department is taking time to remember those no longer with us and celebrating a holiday with south-of-the-border connections.
And one Red Raiders team season has come to a close while two others look for wins and a chance to continue into the postseason. MCTV's Faith Douglas has a full rundown of all the latest headlines from Tech athletics and sports.
This is the MCTV Weekday Update.
Welcome to the Thursday edition of the MCTV Weekday Update. I'm Kiley Phillips.
And I'm Elene Khajishvili. The spooky season officially came to an end on Monday as people throughout the Lubbock community celebrated Halloween.
Before the most frightful day of the year, students, faculty, and staff celebrated the haunted occasion with several events that took place last week. And early in the week, MCTV's Noah Creighton stopped by the Student Union building to find out about some freaky fun that was open to everyone in the hub city.
Last Tuesday, the Student Activities Board hosted Tech or Treat in the sub. Tech or Treat is a Halloween carnival open to the public featuring candy and games for kids of all ages. Student organizations, the Greek community, and campus departments hosted Halloween-themed booths with lots of fun activities.
So I'm the event coordinator for our organization events. It is SHIP, Society of Hispanic Professional Engineers. So we coordinated just some ring toss of with witches and just something for the fun for the kids.
Each booth featured different themes. Tech student Kevin Gonzalez said their booth featured a sports theme, but he was impressed by the variety of costumes at the event.
Our own org's theme is jocks versus nerds, but we're seeing out here kids, I've seen Among Us, Spider-Man, Iron Man, of course the Marvel characters. It's been really good, it's been great.
Techtober is an incredible event hosted here at the sub and all 3 floors, and student organizations are giving out candy to kids in costume. It's a great time for everybody.
More of our org of just getting out of their, from studying or whatever and just having a great time, especially with kids, these kids, they're just really funny and just seeing their costumes is just super adorable,
The Student Activities Board plans to host Tech or Treat again next October. You can find fun events hosted by SAB throughout the year by visiting sab.ttu.edu. For MCTV, I'm Noah Creighton.
Although the Halloween season ended at the beginning of this week, another well-known holiday from south of the border featuring supernatural connections was celebrated here on campus. On Tuesday and Wednesday, members of the university community observed Dia de los Muertos, or Day of the Dead. The holiday is widely celebrated in Mexico, but it has also continued to grow in popularity here in the U.S. Here on campus, the TTU library currently has an ofrenda set up inside the Crosland room. The display features pictures along with other mementos to honor and celebrate loved ones who have died. The community exhibit was set up last week, and anyone can place items on the altar. The ofrenda is part of the library's annual observance of the Day of the Dead, which also includes several glass cases containing items related to the holiday. The display includes artwork and examples of masks that are typically worn during the celebration. Tech's Library Day of the Dead exhibit will be on display through Friday. Halloween came early over the weekend at the Jones Stadium, with most fans wearing black and some even cheering the team on in costumes.
The Tech vs. Baylor game was sold out on Saturday, but not just to see the Red Raiders take on the Bears. MCTV Sports' Faith Douglas joins us in the studio with details on another big reason the stands were packed for the team's latest contest. Faith?
Thanks, Elena and Kylie. Texas Tech football had an honorary guest this past weekend at the Baylor game here in Lubbock. The Kansas City Chiefs quarterback Patrick Mahomes and his wife Brittany came back to their alma mater so Mahomes could be inducted into Texas Tech's Ring of Honor. Though the Texas Tech Red Raiders didn't have the outcome they wanted, in the end of the evening, it was all still in good company. The Red Raiders fell this weekend to the Baylor Bears 17-45 on their home turf at the Jones. Redshirt freshman Baron Morton had his second full-time start in the pocket for the Red Raiders this weekend. Despite his phenomenal homecoming game, the first start, he didn't quite get the job done this past Saturday though. In the first half, the Red Raiders only got by with a field goal while the Baylor Bears scored a field goal and 2 touchdowns. Tech trailed 3-17 at half. Coming out in the third quarter, Tech picked back up their scoring a pair of touchdowns, but the Baylor Bears ran away with the win, scoring 21 points in the fourth quarter. With Tech not being able to respond to any of those touchdowns, they took the loss 17-45. I'll have more for your Texas Tech updates against the Baylor Bears last weekend and their matchup on the road this weekend against the TCU Horned Frogs. Back to you, Elena.
Thanks, Faith. The beginning of the week was packed with holiday-themed festivities, but the fun didn't end there. One campus group continued their semester-long calendar of events last night with an illuminating set of activities. Glow with the Flow was the latest free event hosted on campus by the Student Activities Board. SEB took over the sub-ballroom, turned out the lights, and set up several light-up games and activities. Options included ping pong, Jenga, and shuffleboard. Students could also use glow paint to create a special glow in the dark keepsake. SEB member Ashley Shaw says yesterday's activity is not the last of the events scheduled for the fall semester.
We try to do events as often as possible. We don't really have a set amount that we do, but we want to do it just because we need kids to come out studying for finals. It's not very fun, so you need to take a break, and we offer the chance for students to get to do that.
With the end of the semester just over a month away, several of SEB's remaining events will feature holiday themes focused on giving back to the community. Right now, SEB is currently hosting the annual Tech Can Share food drive here on campus. The drive gives the entire university community the chance to donate non-perishable items that are being collected for Tech's on-campus food pantry. You can donate items at any time in barrels in the sub, and SEB will also be hosting pop-up events on each Tuesday before Thanksgiving. During those events, students can be entered into a giveaway for every 5 items donated. For more information on this year's Tech Can Share food drive, visit sab.ttu.edu and click on events. Cool mornings and mild afternoons have become the norm here in the Lubbock area as we kick off the month of November. Temperatures have started off in the 40s and 50s all week, and afternoon highs have been topping out in the 70s.
The uneven weather may be frustrating for some students who aren't sure what to wear each day, but it shouldn't be long until cooler temperatures set in for good. But will the drop in temps be headed our way this weekend? Let's take a look at the MCTV forecast. It's a bright and sunny afternoon on the MCTV tower cam. The return of clear skies has been a nice change after several days of cloudy weather. In fact, skies were overcast this morning and the clouds cleared right around noon. Today's highs should also be a bit warmer, with temperatures expected to top out in the upper 70s. Tonight's lows will drop off around 50 degrees, and around midnight a cold front will begin moving through the area, creating the chance for thunderstorms. But the storms should be short-lived, with rain chances ending just before sunrise. Tomorrow it's going to be much cooler here on campus, with highs only expected to reach the upper 50s. But along with the drop in temperatures, the wind will also be a factor, with speeds reaching 25 to 35 miles per hour during the day. Wind gusts could also climb to 40 miles per hour. The gusty conditions will make it feel a lot cooler throughout the day and into the night. Tomorrow's cold front will continue to be an issue into the evening. Lows are expected to drop into the 30s after midnight, creating a cold start to the week. But after that, temperatures will rebound and highs will be back in the 70s by Saturday afternoon. From there, the warmer conditions will stick around through the rest of the weekend. Looking ahead, the first week of November will start off back in the 70s, but a storm system could make for another wet day early in the week.
For many people, Halloween conjures up the thoughts of scary creatures such as vampires, werewolves, and of course witches. But during one recent event, some local vendors embraced the concept of witchcraft, along with the spookiest time of year, to bring in some new customers. MCTV's Sarah Wishman has the story.
Last month, the Lubbock Moonlight Market hosted their Witches' Ball in the CASP Work Studios in downtown Lubbock. Members from the Lubbock community gathered to celebrate the spooky season and support local artists.
More that Lubbock has to offer than people think. A lot of good artsy stuff that you wouldn't expect to be here.
Dozens of local vendors came out to showcase their unique handcrafted products, such as soaps, raw honey, and herbs, along with art from local painters and creators.
I'm an herbalist, so that's what kind of started my whole business, and I really wanted to bring more natural, homemade products that weren't made from like a big company, kind of into the West Texas area that tends to have a little bit more manufactured products.
Some local artists here at the Moonlight Market are here to honor their family members with the art that they do.
My name is Iris. I go by 3 Passes in Trench Cut as my business, and I sell my crochet products. I started when I was 7 crocheting. I learned from my Nana, and then just maybe like a year ago I started selling.
Herbal medicine was something that I've been very passionate about, especially with my grandfather. He was an Army medic. He studied to be a physician but was drafted in the war. With his time in the Army and then serving our country, as well as the knowledge that I got to experience with him as a medical tech and an administrator in the hospital, gave me a drive.
The Moonlight Market recently celebrated its first anniversary. They hope to bring in members from all over the Lubbock community, both old and new, to see all the city has to offer.
Well, I'm new to Lubbock, so I guess just kind of experiencing different things in Lubbock. So I guess this is just like a different way to get out into the community and see different things and like support like small businesses.
For MCTV, I'm Sarah Wishman.
Texas Tech athletics is nearing the end of the fall season, and that means several sports are wrapping up their conference schedules.
But the end of the season also means that many Tech athletes receive the recognition they deserve for their hard work over the last few months. MCTV's Faith Douglas joins us again with details on several Red Raiders whose names are making the news this week in sports. Faith?
Thanks, Kylie and Elena. Let's dive into some Texas Tech athletics. This week, the soccer team had 4 all Big 12 honorees. Starting off, Hannah Anderson was named Tech's lone first-team selection, followed by Madison White and Ashley Williams, who earned second-team all Big 12 selections. And representing the freshman for Tech soccer team, Kylie Barr received Big 12 all-freshman team honors. Last Sunday evening, the soccer team took on number 6 Oklahoma Sooners in the first round of the Big 12 tournament, and lost by 1 goal with 9 seconds left in the game. In the first 45 minutes, neither team was seeing any open shots, but both teams came to life in the second half. Both Kylie Barr and Charlotte Teeter took shots in the second half, but neither could get the goal to falling to Oklahoma. Tech finished their season 9-4-6 and then 5-1-3 in the Big 12 Conference. Overall, they totaled 18 points in the league play, the first time since 2019. Moving from the turf to the hardwood floor, the volleyball team fell 3-1 to the Baylor Bears last night at the USA. Despite their loss, however, fifth-year senior Brooke Canas had a career night, reaching 300 block milestone, and she will now sit at number 6 in Texas Tech volleyball history with 1,049 kills. The volleyball team will take on the TCU Horned Frogs at 1 p.m. at the USA this weekend, but they won't be the only Red Raider team facing TCU on Saturday, as the football team will hit the road for their morning game against the number 7 Horned Frogs. Last weekend, Tech fans got to see all 3 quarterbacks play, and unfortunately all 3 quarterbacks struggled as well, tallying 5 interceptions the whole game. Head coach Joey McGuire spoke on how not only the quarterback's position is up for grabs, but so is some of the offensive line.
Again, I go back, and I've said it all year long, but you can't be the brand and have competitive in your part of your brand and who you are, and not, whenever you come out of a game and different people struggle, not have other people competing for that job, you know. And so, I mean, really, the right tackle and left tackle, there's oars by both of them. We're going to see who plays the best this week. Again, I go back.
The Red Raiders are currently sitting at 4-4 going into this week, and it appears as if it's anybody's ball game on Saturday. That's it for sports. Back to you, Kylie and Elena.
Thanks, Faith. So, Kylie, did you have a chance to celebrate Halloween or the Day of the Dead earlier this week?
I was able to celebrate Halloween with a few of my friends. Did you celebrate?
Yes, I did celebrate. That's all for today's edition of the MCTV Weekday Update.
Thanks so much for joining us, and be sure to check ttuhub.net every day for more news. We'll see you next week.